A Georgia public school agreed to stop 2 teachers from praying in class and promoting their religious beliefs to children, but only after a secular group, the Freedom from Religion Foundation, filed a lawsuit. Now, this comes from Raw Story. A kindergarten teacher and first grade teacher at Swainsboro Primary School was leading students in prayers before lunch. Now, when a student wouldn't pray, I mean, they assumed that everybody who went to that school, it's Swainsboro, Georgia, right? Very conservative area, very religious. They assumed that everybody was also of the same religion. And so they're like, oh, let's have a prayer group. Let's do a prayer before lunch, right? Well, some students didn't want to be part of that. And so what they did to these students is they actually singled them out, separated them, and made sure to point them out and ostracize them. Now that obviously got some parents kind of pissed. So here's some of the things that they did. The teachers ordered those children who didn't want to be part of this to sit outside in the hallway while the other students prayed. And one of the teachers also told their classmates that they couldn't recite the Pledge of Allegiance because it contained the phrase "under God," which, by the way, that was added in the 1950s to fight the godless commies. I'm just saying. So that actually isn't even part of the original Pledge of Allegiance. So another teacher told one child that he should make a, quote, make a good decision and join his classmates in prayer. And this is according to a complaint filed by the Freedom from Religion Foundation. Now, on this, being excluded and ostracized from the class for not praying to the teacher's sky god, oh, that's going to do wonders, right? It's going to do wonders for the kid. Hey, kids are bad enough. Kids are bad enough, but when the teacher's like, you, go out in the hall, you're not one of us. You're not, oh, you don't want to pray? You don't want to pray with the rest of your classmates? All right, we'll go sit out in the hall. How do you think the other students are going to react? How do you think that they're going to react when they single this student out? It's bad enough if you're passing notes in class, but if you're not joining their prayer to the sky god, it's going to get bad for the kids. And that's obviously not a good thing. Now, the group also complained that first grade teacher Catherine Brights told that same boy that he shouldn't listen to his mother because she was a bad person for not believing in God. Oh yeah, that right there, that's probably the worst part. So you want to separate kids out. That's bad enough. But then you go to undermine the parent by saying, "Don't listen to your mother. She's a bad person. She doesn't believe in God." Oh my God, that right there. Oh, you're trying to indoctrinate this kid, right? And that's bad enough. But then you're insulting the parent for not believing in her sky god. Imagine if an atheist or somebody from another religion, a Muslim, you're not a good parent. You shouldn't listen to your parent. You're not a good kid if you don't believe in my God. Heads would explode. Heads would explode. Okay. Now, of course, there's a lot of peer pressure there. There's a lot of pressure from the teacher, from the other students. That wore this kid down. And he ended up joining in these classrooms religious activities against his parents' wishes. Now, what happened? What happened to listening to the parent? What happened to the parent's choice? Apparently, when it comes to religion, you don't get that. You don't get that. So it's essentially, let's browbeat kids into participating in religious activities, even if they don't want a part of it, even if they don't actually believe in it. This is bullying. You want to talk about bullying? This is bullying somebody into doing something they don't want to do, and using her position of authority to spread her religion. And of course, that's not allowed. That's unconstitutional. It's against the First Amendment. And here's where the Freedom from Religion Foundation came in to save the day. They pointed out students are permitted to pray on their own. But public school teachers, they're not allowed to do this. They said, hey, you can't do this. They sent a letter. First, they sent a nice letter. They were ignored. Oh, whatever. Freedom from Religion Foundation, fuck off. we're going to go and do what we want. We're going to keep praying in school, even though we know that it's against the rules. It took a lawsuit, or an implied lawsuit, to get them to say, okay, never mind. Okay, we're gonna tell our teachers not to do it. So what happened? Well, first, before I get to what happened, I just want to say that a lot of people might think that I'm anti-Christian, right? Did you know today is Bring Your Bible to School Day? Did you know that? I actually was surprised. But yes, today, October 8th, Bring Your Bible to School Day. All right. So on that, you would think as an atheist that I would be like, no, you cannot have your Bible. You must burn it. No, I'm actually pretty okay with this. You want to bring your 2,000-year-old storybook to school? Okay, that's cool. Go ahead. That's called freedom. It's called freedom. You are free to do this. If you want to pray in school, absolutely. That's fine. That is your right. That is a right that I will fight to protect. Your ability to pray to your God. That is fine. A lot of us atheists, we don't really care. If that's what you do, we don't care. You want to hold a prayer session in your lunch hour, in the lunchroom. That's up to you. You can do that. That is your right. As long as it's not teacher-led, as long as it's not principal-led, as long as it's not you promoting your religion as a government employee, then we're fine with it. As long as you follow the First Amendment, you can have your religion. That's all we ask, is that you follow the First Amendment. That's it. It's not that hard. It means leaving your religion in your church or your home. You can have it on the street if you want, on a billboard, on the TV. You can wave your cross around in the street. We don't care. We don't care. The only thing that we care about is not imposing and using government power to impose your religion on other people who might not believe in it. That's all. That's all we ask. It's not hard. And these rules are set up to apply to everyone, not just Christians. As I said, people from some of my past commentary, people might actually think that I'm specifically anti-Christian. No, I'm not anti-Christian. I'm just pro-America. Well, because I'm just as against Islam and Judaism as I am against Christianity. I'm against all religions being promoted by the government. I'm against that. I just talk about Christianity more because, unlike Muslims, in America there are a certain small group of Christians, I call them fundamentalists, that are attempting to enforce Christian law upon everyone else. They're trying to use the power of the government, the power of the state, to promote their own religion. You can't do that. Now, most Christians don't do this. Most Christians, I know a lot of Christians. They're lovely people. I'm friends with a lot of Christians. I have them in my family. They're wonderful people. Okay? I'm not against them. These people have good intentions. And they go about their lives believing in something more. I don't have an issue with that. No problems there. The people that I have a problem with are the Kim Davises of the world. People like Kim Davis, it's funny because they're the ones that feel like that atheists are taking away their rights. Because, understandably, as of not long ago, she was actually free to use her religion to discriminate against gay people wanting to get married. She could do that all day long. It wasn't an issue for her. Now, because of equality, because of the Constitution, she can no longer do that. And she feels like that was her right. Why are you taking away my rights? Why are you taking away my rights? Well, because it never should have been your right in the first place to discriminate against other people. It just shouldn't have been. And it's just like in this case. To bring it back to the school, it was never a right for these teachers to promote their religion in their public schools. Private schools, okay, you can go ahead and do that all day long. Promote your religion away. Private school, you can do that because it's not government run. And if it's not government funded, and that's an important distinction. And this is sort of why I'm glad we have the Freedom from Religion Foundation to kind of stand up and tell these people that, hey, in a public school, in a public setting, in a courthouse, you can't promote your religion over other people's, over everyone else's. All religions have to be treated equally in America, whether you agree with them or believe in them or not. Now, atheists like me, we want to treat all religions equally. Most of us detest all religions equally, but you can find a lot of atheists out there that are like, I don't know, I don't believe, but I don't really care if you do either. And I think most atheists are like that. Or live and let live. Oh, you don't believe? Or you believe in something different? Okay, that's fine. All I care about is what I believe. Or don't believe. It's treating all religions equally. And that's the whole point here. Now, back to the Freedom from Religion Foundation. They did file a lawsuit, as I had mentioned earlier, against the school district for not taking action after they had politely sent a letter informing them, of course, that they were doing something wrong. Now, just this week, they agreed to the settlement. Now, in order to drop that suit, the district agreed to provide better training for teachers to remind them against promoting their religious beliefs in class. And the family whose child was singled out by teachers also received an undisclosed amount in damages. So, it's a good resolution. It's good news. And they do good work. And some of you might say this is a war on Christianity. No, it's not. This is not a war on Christianity, as some people want to portray it as. What this is that it's standing up for religious freedom for everyone. Everyone has religious freedom in America. That's part of who we are. We're standing up for everyone's religious freedom, not just one religion. And it's also standing up for the Constitution and standing up for American values. If that's a war on Christianity, then I guess you can call me a warrior in the war on Christianity. But I tend to prefer myself as someone standing up for American values.